arrived at the council, EDI was a notion. It was a thing that people knew that they needed to have, but they weren't sure how to make it happen.
Seeing EDI can be the difficult thing. It's not just bums on seats of people who are different. You've got to really breathe that and think that, and I think that's policy, that's action. It's also words as well, and showing what you want and what you see, like senior people really need to show that they are backing this and they want to change.
From when I started, I certainly felt like I was out my depth a little bit, I will not lie. At the time, there was not many black people in the council when I started, that's the complete truth. But as time has progressed, I found, well, even in my team alone, there's more diversity within the team, and culturally, everyone's from different backgrounds, which for me has created a much more efficient and functional team out in the community that we serve.
Even within the legal team at Ulster City Council that is predominantly female, I think it's getting to that stage of diversity. So, for example, myself and my fellow trainee who I'm working alongside, we're both women of colour. I think that's really helped, particularly because we're in the same role, we're on the same journey, and we also come from similar backgrounds. And so that, I think, has played a crucial part in feeling very comfortable quite quickly.
I do reflect on this a lot because it's quite similar to where it was in Australia, being very open. And when I was working in Australia, certainly as I was rising up the ranks, it helps you enforce that when you do become manager and executive levels. We would, I think, celebrate it more, and it sounds an odd thing to say, but once a month we would bring something in from where your grandparents were born, that sort of thing. In Australia, I didn't know anybody that had 4 grandparents that were Australian. It just did not exist. So it was an absolute melting pot. I do very much believe in the fact that the more diversity you've got is that you can look at things differently and challenge your own thinking. And I've not ever had an experience where it's not been rewarding.
I think it's a very diverse employer and an inclusive employer. I've certainly seen evidence of that, both within the work that I do on Homes for Ukraine and also more broadly amongst the staff that work within the City Council. I'm very aware of the aspiration to reflect the community we serve. I know that there's lots of proactive moves to that end, and I've certainly been made aware of them in the short time I've been here. It's a very topical area of work, refugee and resettlement, and there's a lot of stuff in the national media about it, and it's important that we are true public servants and work for the most disadvantaged communities that we serve in a really effective, authentic and fair way.
So in terms of youth work, we make sure equality, diversity, inclusivity is involved in every session. Anyone from the ages of 11 to 19 and up to 24 with disabilities is allowed in our session, no matter where they're from, what they believe in. We celebrate it.
I have cerebral palsy. I have both types of cerebral palsy. I'm also profoundly deaf, and I also wear glasses, as you can see. I walk with 2 sticks, I walk very slowly, and I'm in pain on a daily basis. My line manager was excellent in as much as he asked me questions to understand what they needed to know. Some of the things that they needed to know was that I lip read, so I look at people very directly, and if they want to talk to me, I need to be able to see them. I have anxiety, which has been generated from my disability, and social interaction for me is actually quite hard. And again, they asked me what I needed to have that reassurance that I was part of the team and not just a tick box.
So coming in as a mature person initially, I thought there might be some barriers, but actually there have been no barriers at all, completely the opposite in fact, and I think it's been a really positive experience of working as a maturer member of the team along with people that are younger than I am.
So being mixed race, I've always felt welcome in the council. Like growing up, I had a few experiences like racism. Like I used to get followed around shops. I guess that was being like a teenager as well, I think that hinders it a bit. My mum used to experience it a lot, like my family used to experience racism a lot. I felt a bit, I wasn't nervous coming into the council, but when I come here, like everyone's from different backgrounds. Not like everyone's middle class, but it was like, I thought I'd struggle to fit in because I was from a lower class, but that's not the case. If anything, everyone gave me more opportunities.
I think we are slowly getting there. We're quite a large organisation. It takes time, and it's a thing that needs to be repeated and reminded. So things on your appraisals, on your well-being, EDI should be at the top of everyone's agenda in all service areas.
I have been involved in the setting up, the design, the process, the procedures behind what equality is, why it matters, why we need it in everyday conversations, how to make it less scary, role play examples. Making it fun is really important because it is a very dry topic. And reminding everybody that we're all different. It's not just a case of different people needing different things, everybody's different. And at some point, we will all be disabled in our life.
Well, within my job, the main purpose is to ensure that I can create a community that everyone can thrive in and they feel safe to be in. And I feel like this job lets me do that. And by seeing how diverse our team is when we go out there, I feel like it paints a positive picture on the council for me. And as a kid, I would have loved to see someone who looks like me in the role I'm in.
And obviously the change of ethnic minorities coming into the council, so more people that look like me. We need the people, we need a diverse community at the council.
I think that I have brought quite a wealth of experience into the workplace, and having lived overseas in a very multicultural country, working with real diverse groups of people, I think I've brought those experiences into the team, and I have from those experiences I've got a much broader mind than perhaps I would have had I not had the experiences of life that my journeys have brought me.
The thing I'm most proud of is the fact that we've now got equality assessments as part and parcel of everyday language now. So for every policy and every plan that we make, all sorts of policies are driven by lots of different departments, but they now remember to come and ask me, what do I need to do to make sure that we've thought about the extra bits?
It's really good that at the council we're trying to establish our networks. So we have an LGBTQ+ network. We're just starting this month actually a Reach network. So I think networks are real key to make sure that people's voices are heard, but also they feel they're in a safe space, which I think is vital. But you can't make networks just because you want them. They're slightly organic.
Sitting on reception, you meet all the members of the public, and of course that every shape and size and background and everything come in. But it's the same with the people that work for the council. There's all kinds of people and disabilities and everything, and it's just people from all over the world, different beliefs. You know, it doesn't matter what you look like, where you've come from. It's for Oxford City Council, if you can do the job, then you are welcome here. And that's the most important thing.